Good day, and thank you for tuning in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. For all of our new listeners and viewers who are tuning in for the very first time, I'm Pastor Pope, Senior Pastor of New Life Christian Center located at 400 Hillcrest Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. And if you are ever in our area, we invite you to come and worship with us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Service begins. We invite you to come and experience a better quality of life. And if you're not in our area, you can tune in for the Sunday sermon on our YouTube channel at New Life Christian Center Pastor Pope, or on our website at newlifeministriesinternational.com. Click on live stream. We go live at 10:45 a.m. wherever you are across the U.S. and wherever you are around the globe. We invite you to experience a better quality of life. And of course, we are here with you in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time to discuss whatever topics are important to you. You can discuss careers, finances, entrepreneurship. You can discuss marriage, divorce, raising children, blending families. You can discuss dating and relationships. Whatever's in your heart and whatever's on your mind, God is concerned about that which concerns you. And that is the reason that we are here with you in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast, broadcasting live from the FijiWater.com sponsored studio every 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And today's Daily Divine Direction broadcast is brought to you, as always, by Fiji Water, Earth's finest water. You may already know that Fiji water comes from Fiji. However, did you know that it is created by nature, it is untouched by man? It starts as a tropical rainfall which slowly filters through layers of volcanic rock. The water collects in a natural, sustainable, artesian aquifer where it is bottled right at the source, free from human contact until you unscrew the blue cap. Fiji Water, Earth's finest water, will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery. And you'll save money at FijiWater.com. This is not just ordinary water. This is Earth's finest water at FijiWater.com. And for those of you who continue giving on the contribution pages of our websites at newlifeministriesinternational.com and newlifeinternationalcdc.com, and those of you that use the QR code provided on Facebook or YouTube, and those of you that are now using Zelle on the T-Mobile caller text line at 267-992-1424, we thank all of you for your support and for your commitment as we fulfill our commitment to God to be here for you in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. So I want to remind all of our listeners and viewers, we have a lot of things going on here at New Life, and we want you to stay connected with us. So, of course, we want you to be connected with us through our internet radio station, WKAPfaith.com, where we play music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Music that will encourage you, empower you, and inspire you. So tune in at WKAPfaith.com. And then, of course, as you know, July 1st of this year, we became New Life International Community Development Corporation, became your private money lender broker. So if you are in the real estate business and you are in need of capital for your projects, contact us on the T-Mobile caller text line. Text us at 267-992-1424. We will make certain that you have capital available for your real estate projects. It cannot be owner occupied. It has to be an investment property, whether you're flipping houses, whether you're developing residential real estate or commercial real estate. Text us on the T-Mobile caller text line, and we will make certain that you have capital for your projects. And then finally, I want to make certain that everyone is aware that we have a public charity, which is New Life Food Source Pantry. So if you know someone who's dealing with food insecurities, have them contact us on the T-Mobile caller text line. We will give them instructions on how they can receive food for free through our public charity, New Life Food Source Pantry Incorporated. And so, now I'm going to address a communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers. Remember what I said, we have a lot of things going on at New Life. We want you to be a part of it. We want you to be connected. Stay connected with us. Call or text anytime on the T-Mobile caller text line at 267-992-1424. I'm going to address a communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that you struggle with money decisions. You want to know, is it okay to buy the things that you want, or do you save your money for the things that you need? You know, this is a very interesting question, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. Most people do not manage their money effectively and efficiently. And it's unfortunate because the Bible clearly tells us that money answers all things. So we have to recognize that money is necessary in life. And we all know that. We all think about that. But the reality is, it is important because it is a tool. Now, the love of money is the root of all evil, so you don't want to get caught up in greed. But it is necessary because the more money you have, the more tools you have to be able to accomplish the things that are purposed for your life. So, in answer to the question, first and foremost, real simple, you purchase what you need and you save and invest so that at some point in time someday you may be able to purchase the things that you want without disrupting your financial well-being, your financial stability. But it all takes time, and because there's a cost value to time. So you have to save and invest. You don't just save money for the things you need. You save and invest so that you can, of course, accommodate your needs, but that you'll have money for what you want also. And so I'm going to spend a little time on that because I think most people don't realize that there's a direct correlation between time management and money management. So if you show me someone that wastes their time, I'll show you someone that wastes their money. If they're not going to use their time effectively and efficiently, they're not going to use their resources effectively and efficiently. So they're going to waste their money also. So you've got to realize that the cost value of time says that if we are diligent about how we allocate our resources, we're going to find that we have more money to save, we have more money to invest. And as you invest over time, you have an appreciated value of your investments. They begin to grow. So interestingly enough, as you can see, summer's over. We are back in school with our Achievers Academy in middle schools and high schools, and even the students are asking questions about, investing, about capital allocation, about spending their money. You've got to really be intentional about every dollar that God places in your hand, because all the way from 1 to 100, it all says in God we trust. So we have to trust in God to provide, and when He provides, we then have to be good stewards. We have to make the decision that we're going to steward over everything that God places in our hands and use it for a purpose that will bring Him glory, not just make us look good, although we all want to look, we all want to look presentable. So, as I mentioned, as you can see, summer's over. I'm in my suits because I'm back to going around to all of the schools. And one of the things that I'm hearing from students is that they have worked during the summer and they found that now that summer's over, they don't have any money left. Well, these are new students, because students that have been with us for a while, they understand that it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you save and invest. And the goal is to invest so that long term, your investment will appreciate in value, whatever it may be, whether it's stocks, whether it's real estate, whether it's fine art, whether it's commodities, whatever it may be, that there will be an appreciated value. The value will increase over time. And then it will either be an investment that you take profits, or it will be what we consider in the finance sector a legacy investment. which means that it will be for the next generation and the generation after that and the generation after that. And if you don't have those generations to pour into, then you have the responsibility to address the charitable and philanthropic endeavors that are important to you. So that's something that we all might have to come to terms with. I know, and I'm going to say this out loud because I think sometimes people don't spend enough time thinking about these things, but you know, there is a significant wealth transfer that is about to occur. And the reason is because the baby boomer generation, my generation, we are aging out. None of us are getting out of this alive. We're all going to die in the body, in the presence, and live on in eternity. But let's deal with the here and now for a moment. The reality is that all the wealth that has been generated by our generation is going to be transferred someplace. We all had hoped to transfer it to the next generation. But everyone doesn't have that opportunity. For whatever reasons, everyone doesn't have the opportunity to transfer that wealth to the next generation. So you have to take on the responsibility. We have to, each of us, have to take on the responsibility of where is that going to go? What purpose will it fulfill? How can it be charitable or philanthropic? And I know most people are saying, well, I'm just trying to make it through life myself, so I don't have that issue to be concerned about. Well, what if that changes for you? And can you make that change? Because it's never too late unless you do nothing. So we all have the opportunity to build some wealth. How much wealth will be yet to be determined, but you have the opportunity. Because we have opportunity to, as long as we're still here, we have opportunity to build business, we have the opportunity to build wealth, we have the opportunity to be charitable and philanthropic. But only what we do for the Lord is going to last. So I say all of that to answer your question in the sense of, don't just save your money for things you need, save and invest your money. Then you will be able to address the things that you need and want. Because we all want nice things. There's nothing wrong with wanting nice things. There's nothing wrong with enjoying a great quality of life. You know, I love to play golf. Golf is not an inexpensive game, but I enjoy it. And I'm blessed to be able to enjoy that game when I have the time to do that. But I'm never going to put that before the things I need to do to continue to move forward the charitable and philanthropic causes that are really about our ministry. So you've got to decide that, make a conscious decision that you're not going to spend money buying things that you want just because it'll make you feel good for a moment. Because your money has to be on a mission. First to build your life, and then to help build the lives of others. So let's really refocus our attention, renew our mind to begin to start thinking differently. Let's not just try to survive. Let's make the effort to thrive. Let's not just think about what we want to buy today. Let's think about what we can do for the future that is going to have an impact on lives. Because that's what this life is really all about. It's really not about any of us. It's really about what we can do to serve the Lord to impact the lives of others. Because the Bible tells us very clearly the poor will always be among us. So there are always going to be people. But see, the reason that there will always be poor among us is because God wants to know that we're willing to do for others who may not be in a position to do for themselves. He wants to know that we're willing to do that. And that's the reason he continues to bless us over and over again. This segment of the broadcast is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's largest and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. So if you are not currently a T-Mobile customer, you may call or text on the T-Mobile caller text line at 267-992-1424. We will move you into our queue so that you may become a T-Mobile customer and experience America's largest and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. Taxes and fees are included in your bill, and if you auto pay by attaching a credit card to your account, you will receive a discount on your monthly bill. At T-Mobile, America's largest and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. I'm going to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers. However, before I do that, I want to remind everyone that this segment of the broadcast is going to be brought to you by Comcast Business. So if you are interested, and we all should be interested in making our business more effective and more efficient, if you're looking for telecom solutions, whether you are a small startup or a large enterprise, contact Sarah Jo Boyle at Comcast Business at 215-964-3670. Your code is Pastor Pope. Give your business the edge it deserves. Your code is Pastor Pope for your September exclusive discounts. Contact Sarah Jo Boyle at 215-964-3670. I'm going to address a communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers. You indicated that you have been trying to lose weight for some time. Okay. You said you diet and you exercise. However, you are not getting the results that you desire. Okay. So first and foremost, here's the formula for losing weight. The formula is burn more calories than you take in. That's the first thing. Burn more calories than you take in. So you've got to look at, first of all, what you're eating, because it's about diet and exercise. So you have to look at what you're eating. Now, I know that I've shared this with our listeners and viewers numerous times. I don't always eat perfectly. There are things that I like to eat that are probably not the best things for me. Okay, I enjoy them. But I know they have a certain caloric content. They have a certain calorie content. So I know what those calories are, and I know that I've got to exercise harder to burn them off if I'm going to eat them. But as a whole, I understand that if I exercise every day and I eat properly most days, I'm going to burn off more calories than I take in. And what I mean by that is this. I'm going to work out in some form every day. If I don't have time to go to the gym, I'm doing floor exercises. If I do have time to go to the gym, I will still do floor exercises. Floor exercises for me are going to consist of push-ups. They're going to consist of leg lifts, 6 inches. They're going to consist of, doing some dumbbells. We have a total gym. So I can get a workout in at home even if I don't go to the gym. In addition to that, I'm a runner. So I'm going to go out and run. I'm going to get, at this point right now, I'm doing between 4.5 and 5 miles when I go out to run. But I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to overeat because I went for a run today. I'm not going to do that. Or whatever day it is. I haven't run today. I will be running tomorrow. But I know, go out and run 4.5, 5 miles, I'm not going to come back and overeat or eat poorly because I know I went out for a run. So you've got to say to yourself, and then the days that I don't go out for a run, because we have such a large complex and there's so much work to be done, I'm constantly on the move, so I know I'm going to burn, 10,000 steps. I'm going to get some workout in, lifting things, doing some work, some physical work, which is a good thing. But I'm going to maintain my eating habits. So it's really about diet and exercise. Now you may be a walker, and so I get it, but you're going to have to walk further. So I'm part of, and I'll share this with our listeners and viewers, I'm also part of a text workout group. And so all of us on that text workout group, we send in our workouts either daily, every couple of days, or even if you get extremely busy, you can send them all in at the end of the week. But we are all holding ourselves accountable for getting our workouts in. But we don't really share our diets. But we know that we can maintain good eating habits. We know we'll lose weight. And generally, we'll always share when we've lost some weight, whatever that may be. So you've got to say to yourself, I have to be more disciplined about my eating, and I have to be more disciplined about my workouts. I cannot miss workouts. What happens is that we may even develop some good eating habits. Some days have cheat days, but then if we don't get exercise in, we're defeating the purpose. So we've got to make sure that we're getting some type of exercise. And if you don't get exercise on any particular day, then you really have to be conscious about what you're eating. So we always have to be intentional about everything we're doing. Now, you want to know, how do you get the results you desire? So let me say this to you. Once again, I go back to the beginning. Burn more calories than you're taking in. Make sure you're getting some type of workout every day, whether it's yoga at home or whether it's going to the gym or whether it is doing floor exercises, push-ups, sit-ups, if you can do sit-ups, leg lifts, they're all good. You can squats, that's another one of mine. You can do exercises at home that won't require you to go to the gym if you don't have time. Because everyone has busy schedules. You just have to allocate your time for the purpose you want to accomplish. So if you don't make it to the gym, make it a point to do some floor exercises at home. And if you do make it to the gym, then you don't have to be concerned about that because you're going to burn off the energy. And for me, I'm going to get out and get a run as often as I possibly can. And I'm also going to be asking you all to sponsor the run because I'm going to be running a half marathon in November. And these are things we can do just to maintain good health. And I realize you said you want to lose some weight, so that's a positive. But it requires diet and exercise. It can't just be you're going to go on a diet and eat salad and expect to, well, you'll eventually lose some weight, but you're also going to lose some muscle. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that it's for you, it's diet and it's exercise. And then you'll begin to see the results that you desire. Because I can attest that it works. I can assure you that it works. Burn more calories than you take in, you'll get the results that you desire. This segment of the broadcast is brought to you by Charles Tyrwhitt, located in London, the UK. They also have stores in New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and at the King of Prussia Mall in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. So if you're in any of those areas, stop in at the retail stores. They have everything a man could possibly need. And if you're not in those areas, you can order from Charles Tirrett at ctshirts.com. They will ship and deliver right to your front door in an appropriate period of time. And The White Company, located in London, the UK. They also have a store on Fifth Avenue in New York. So if you're in New York, stop in at the retail store. They have everything that you could possibly need: home goods, clothing for men, women, and children. And if you're not in New York, you can order from The White Company at thewhitecompany.com. They too will ship and deliver right to your front door in an appropriate period of time. I'm going to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers. You indicated that your family is having significant problems getting along right now. You said everyone is on their own agenda and there is a disconnect. So let me say this to you. There is a lot that goes into family dynamics. There's a lot of moving parts. And the one thing that you've got to realize is that everyone in the family must get their own life in order. See, there's nothing you can do to help them get order in their lives. You can tell them all day long what you think they should be doing to get some order in their life. And until they want to do it, you're a sounding brass and a tingling cymbal. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't say it, but what it does imply is they have to want to do it. Everyone must get their own life in order. Every adult has to take responsibility. Now, children in the family, you can nurture them and have conversations with them if they're minors about what's going on within the family, but you really don't want to burden a child who doesn't really have the tools to navigate adults' decisions. So, having said that, the one thing you have to realize is that if everyone is on their own agenda, let them work out their agenda. You can't resolve the agenda that someone else has developed for themselves. You know, the Bible says, get your house in order. It says, let a man examine himself. So first, everyone has to be willing to examine themselves, own their stuff, hold themselves accountable, and then they must get their own life in order. They must make a conscious decision that they're going to get their own life in order. You know, when you examine yourself, you decide where the mess is in your life. And you work to clean up the mess, because that's life. But until they decide to get their own life in order, they're still going to be on their own agenda. And that's part of the difficulty for most people in life. You've got to get your own life in order. You've got to make a decision that you want order in your life and not chaos in your life. You got to make a decision that you want the best quality of life that you can possibly achieve by doing the things necessary every day to achieve, not only achieve success, but to maximize the success. So the goal for all of us is to create a great quality of life. The goal should be for all of us to create a great quality of life. And in order to do that, we have to get our life in order. We have to examine where are we right now. We have to determine what we can do to be a better version of ourselves that we can possibly become, so that we can live in the fullness of God, not just particles of God. In the presence of particles, we want to live in the fullness of Him. We want to make certain that His way is our way, His thoughts become our thoughts, so that we can live a life that will bring God glory and result in the greatest quality of life that we could ever possibly achieve. 3D, today's Daily Divine Direction broadcast, has been brought to you by Fiji Water. A taste of paradise will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. May God bless you today. May God keep his face turned towards you. May God give you peace that surpasses all understanding. Remember, we have a public charity for those who are experiencing food insecurity. Have them contact us on the T-Mobile call and text line at 267-992-1424. And we will make certain that we give them instructions on how they can